Hello, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to talk about how to develop effective study habits. Whether you're preparing for exams, learning a new skill, or improving your English, good study habits can make all the difference. If you're new here, we upload English learning podcasts that help you learn new phrases and develop a better understanding of English. Let's get started with today's topic.
Hey, everyone, I'm Thomas, and I'll be joining Jennifer in today's episode. Developing good study habits is key to long-term success in any field. We'll share some practical tips to help you stay organized, focused, and productive in your studies. Let's dive in.
The first step in developing effective study habits is creating a well-organized study space. Make sure your study area is clean, quiet, and free from distractions. This helps your brain focus and signals to you that it's time to work.
Exactly. A clutter-free space reduces distractions, making it easier for you to concentrate. Ensure your workspace is equipped with everything you need: books, stationery, and a comfortable chair. A good environment sets the tone for productive study sessions.
It's also important to keep your study materials organized. Using folders or notebooks to keep notes and assignments in order can save time and reduce stress when you need to find something quickly.
Another tip is to create a consistent study routine. Try studying in the same spot and at the same time every day. When you develop this habit, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated to study.
And remember to switch up your environment if you feel stuck. A change of scenery, like moving to a cafe or library, can refresh your mind and improve your focus.
Also, make sure your study space has good lighting. Poor lighting can lead to eye strain and make you feel tired faster, reducing your study effectiveness.
A key aspect of successful study habits is setting clear goals. Before you start studying, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Whether it's mastering a specific topic or completing a set of exercises, clear goals give direction to your study time.
That's right. Setting both short-term and long-term goals helps keep you motivated. Short-term goals could be completing a chapter or mastering a grammar point, while long-term goals focus on overall improvement.
To make your goals even more effective, break them down into smaller tasks. This makes big goals feel more manageable and gives you a sense of achievement as you check each task off.
I recommend using the SMART method when setting your goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This structure makes sure your goals are realistic and attainable within a given time frame.
Also, don't forget to review your goals regularly. Adjust them if needed and celebrate your progress to stay motivated. Reassess your goals every week to stay on track.
Lastly, keep your goals visible. Write them down on a sticky note or planner where you can see them every day. This will serve as a constant reminder to stay focused and motivated.
Good time management is essential when developing study habits. One of the first things you can do is plan your study schedule. Make a daily or weekly plan to allocate time for different subjects or topics.
Prioritizing your tasks is another important step. Start with the most difficult or important tasks when you're freshest. This way, you can tackle the tough ones when your brain is most alert.
I like to use a technique called the Pomodoro technique. It involves studying for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break. This helps you maintain focus and avoid burnout. After 4 sessions, take a longer break.
Great tip! You can also try time blocking, which involves setting aside blocks of time for specific tasks. This helps you stay focused on one thing at a time and prevents multitasking, which can actually reduce productivity.
And don't forget to schedule some rest time. Studying too long without breaks can lead to mental fatigue. Give yourself time to recharge to stay productive throughout your study sessions.
Exactly, Jennifer. Balance is key. A well-structured schedule that includes both study time and breaks will make your study sessions more effective and less stressful.
Staying motivated during long study sessions can be challenging. One way to stay motivated is by rewarding yourself after completing a task. It could be as simple as a snack, a walk, or time with a favorite activity.
Yes, positive reinforcement works wonders. You can also track your progress by keeping a study journal or checklist. Seeing how much you've accomplished can give you the boost you need to keep going.
Another way to stay motivated is by reminding yourself of the bigger picture. Think about why you're studying, whether it's to pass an exam, learn new skills, or improve your English. Keeping your long-term goals in mind will help you stay focused.
And sometimes changing your approach can help reignite your motivation. If you feel bored with your usual study routine, try using flashcards, studying with a friend, or even listening to educational podcasts on the topic.
A great motivation tip is to set deadlines for yourself. Deadlines can help you stay focused and create a sense of urgency that pushes you to complete your tasks on time.
Lastly, don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay to have off days, stay positive, and don't give up. Even small steps forward are progress, and consistency is the key to long-term success. Consistency is the foundation of effective study habits. Instead of cramming, aim to study regularly. Studying a little each day helps reinforce learning and reduces stress. Make studying a part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or exercising.
To build consistency, set a specific time for studying every day. Treat it like an appointment that you can't miss. Over time, this habit will become second nature, and you'll find it easier to stay on track with your learning goals.
It's also helpful to pair studying with a trigger, like right after breakfast or before bedtime. This creates a routine that signals your brain it's time to focus. Habits formed this way are more likely to stick long-term.
Remember to track your study streaks. Apps or a simple calendar can motivate you to keep going. Seeing a streak of consistent study days grow is rewarding and encourages you to stay committed to your routine.
Another great way to build consistency is by starting with small goals. Don't overwhelm yourself with long study sessions right away. Begin with 15 to 20 minutes daily and gradually increase as you get used to the habit.
Finally, be patient with yourself. Consistency takes time to develop, but with small, regular efforts, you'll see big improvements in your study habits. Focus on the process, not just the results, and you'll achieve your goals.
Passive learning, like just reading or listening, isn't always enough. Active learning techniques, such as taking notes, summarizing, or teaching what you learn to someone else, help you understand and retain information more effectively.
That's a great point, Thomas. Another active learning method is asking yourself questions as you study. Challenge yourself to explain concepts in your own words. This strengthens your understanding and highlights areas you need to review.
Flashcards are a fantastic tool for active learning, especially for memorizing vocabulary or key facts. You can make your own or use apps to test yourself regularly. Reviewing flashcards helps reinforce knowledge in a fun and interactive way.
Also, try solving practice problems or applying concepts to real-life situations. For example, if you're learning English, use new words or phrases in conversations. Applying knowledge actively helps you remember it better.
Another strategy is self-assessment. Take practice quizzes or review your notes to see how much you've learned. Testing yourself is one of the best ways to deepen your understanding and track your progress.
And don't forget group study. Discussing topics with peers can provide new insights and make learning more engaging. It also allows you to clarify doubts and learn from each other's perspectives.
Distractions can derail even the best study plans. Start by turning off notifications on your phone or putting it on silent mode. You can also use apps that block social media for a set period so you stay focused on studying.
Another way to manage distractions is by setting clear boundaries. Let people around you know when you're studying so they don't disturb you. A do not disturb sign on your door can be a helpful reminder for family members.
If you find your mind wandering, write down distracting thoughts on a notepad. This helps you clear your mind without losing focus. You can revisit those thoughts later once your study session is complete.
Background noise can also be distracting. Try using noise-canceling headphones or listening to instrumental music to block out sounds. A quiet environment can significantly boost your concentration and productivity.
Break down study sessions into manageable chunks. Long sessions can lead to fatigue and loss of focus. Taking short breaks between sessions helps you stay refreshed and reduces the urge to check your phone or get distracted.
Most importantly, stay mindful of your goals. Whenever you feel distracted, remind yourself why you're studying. Keeping your purpose in mind will motivate you to push through and focus on what truly matters.
Taking effective notes helps you remember key points and organize information. Use methods like bullet points, diagrams, or highlighting to capture the main ideas. Clear, concise notes make reviewing easier and save you time when revising later.
Another tip is to write notes in your own words. This ensures you truly understand the material. Avoid copying directly from books or slides. Paraphrasing helps you engage with the content and makes it easier to recall later.
Consider using the Cornell note-taking system. Divide your page into sections, notes, key points, and a summary at the bottom. This structure makes your notes organized and easier to review during study sessions.
If you're in a lecture or class, focus on capturing the main ideas rather than writing everything down. Listen actively and jot down important concepts, examples, or questions to follow up on later.
Digital tools like note-taking apps can also be helpful. Apps allow you to organize notes by subject, add images, or even record audio. Choose a tool that works for you and enhances your study process.
At the end of your study session, review your notes and highlight any unclear points. This review process reinforces what you've learned and helps you identify areas where you might need extra practice.
Your health plays a major role in your ability to study effectively. Stay hydrated throughout the day, as dehydration can affect concentration. Keep a water bottle nearby to ensure you're drinking enough while studying.
Eating brain-boosting foods like fruits, nuts, and whole grains can also improve focus and energy levels. Avoid heavy meals before studying, as they can make you feel sluggish. Opt for light, nutritious snacks instead.
Exercise is another key factor. Even short walks or stretches during study breaks can improve blood flow to your brain and help you stay alert. Physical activity boosts memory and reduces stress, making it a win-win.
Getting enough sleep is equally important. Avoid late-night cramming, as lack of sleep can impair your ability to think clearly and retain information. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of rest each night to stay sharp.
Also, watch your posture while studying. Sitting with a straight back and feet flat on the ground can prevent discomfort or fatigue during long sessions. A comfortable, ergonomic chair can make a big difference.
Lastly, balance your studies with relaxation. Engage in activities like meditation, listening to music, or spending time outdoors. A healthy mind and body are the foundation of successful learning.
Technology can make studying more efficient and engaging. Use educational apps or platforms to access resources, quizzes, or tutorials. These tools can break down complex topics into simpler formats for better understanding.
Online videos and lectures are great for visual learners. Platforms like YouTube or Khan Academy offer lessons on almost any subject. Watching step-by-step explanations can make challenging topics much easier to grasp.
Setting clear study goals keeps you focused and motivated. Goals should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For instance, instead of saying, "I'll study English today," set a goal like, "I'll learn 10 new vocabulary words and use them in sentences." This makes your efforts more effective.
When you set goals, write them down and keep them visible. A vision board, sticky notes, or a digital checklist can remind you of your targets daily. Reviewing your goals regularly keeps them fresh in your mind and motivates you to take consistent steps toward achieving them.
Break your main goals into smaller tasks. For example, If your goal is to improve your grammar, focus on one rule per day. Small wins build momentum and prevent you from feeling overwhelmed. Celebrate these milestones to stay encouraged.
Tracking your progress is another key step. Use journals, apps, or even spreadsheets to see how far you've come. Progress tracking shows you what's working and helps you adjust your approach if needed. It's a great way to stay accountable to yourself.
Don't forget to set deadlines for your goals. A timeline creates a sense of urgency and prevents procrastination. Be realistic, though give yourself enough time to achieve your targets without unnecessary pressure. This balance ensures steady progress.
And most importantly, stay flexible. Life can be unpredictable, so if you miss a goal, don't give up. Adjust your plan and keep going. Effective study habits are about persistence, not perfection, so keep striving toward your objectives.
Mistakes are an essential part of learning. When you make an error, don't get discouraged. Instead, analyze what went wrong and how you can improve. For example, if you forget a word during a conversation, make a note of it and practice using it later.
I completely agree, Thomas. Making mistakes means you're challenging yourself, which is vital for growth. Embrace them as opportunities to learn. Reflecting on your errors helps you identify patterns and areas that need extra focus in your study sessions.
One effective way to learn from mistakes is by asking for feedback. Whether it's from a teacher, friend, or language partner, constructive feedback can help you understand your weaknesses and guide you toward improvement. Always be open to advice.
Mistakes also teach resilience. They show you that it's okay to not be perfect right away. For example, if you struggle with pronunciation, don't shy away from speaking. Keep practicing, and over time, you'll notice significant progress.
Another tip is to keep a mistake journal. Write down the errors you make during studies or conversations and review them regularly. This allows you to track recurring issues and focus on overcoming them, making your learning more targeted and effective.
And remember, learning is a journey, not a race. Everyone progresses at their own pace, and mistakes are simply stepping stones along the way. Be kind to yourself, stay curious, and use every challenge as a chance to grow stronger in your skills.
Staying motivated can be tough, especially when progress feels slow. Start by reminding yourself of your why, whether it's improving English for work, travel, or personal growth. Keeping your purpose in mind will inspire you to stay committed to your studies.
Creating a reward system can also boost motivation. For instance, treat yourself to something you enjoy after completing a study goal, like watching a favorite show or having a snack. Small rewards make the process enjoyable and give you something to look forward to.
Connect with others who share your goals. Study groups or online communities provide support, encouragement, and fresh ideas. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals helps you stay accountable and inspired to keep learning.
Varying your study methods can prevent boredom. If you usually read textbooks, try watching videos, listening to podcasts, or playing educational games. Mixing things up keeps your brain engaged and makes studying more enjoyable.
Visualize your success to stay motivated. Picture yourself fluently speaking English in a meeting, traveling confidently, or achieving your dreams. Visualization reinforces your goals and reminds you why your hard work matters.
Finally, celebrate every achievement, no matter how small. Whether it's mastering a tricky grammar rule or using a new phrase in conversation, acknowledging your progress builds confidence and keeps you excited about learning.
Distractions are a common challenge, but they can be managed with planning. Start by creating a dedicated study space that's free from clutter and noise. A clean, organized environment helps you focus and signals to your brain that it's time to study.
To minimize interruptions, let people around you know your study schedule. Whether it's family, roommates, or friends, explaining your need for quiet time can help them support your efforts. Communication is key to maintaining a distraction-free zone.
Turn off notifications on your devices during study time. Social media, emails, and messages can pull your attention away. Use apps like Focus Mode or Do Not Disturb to limit access to non-essential apps and keep your attention on learning.
Scheduling regular breaks also prevents mental fatigue, which can lead to distractions. For example, use the Pomodoro technique. Study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This structure keeps your mind fresh and reduces the temptation to drift off.
If noise is an issue, consider using white noise machines or noise-canceling headphones. Listening to instrumental music or ambient sounds can also help block out distractions and create a calming study atmosphere.
Lastly, tackle distractions from within. If your thoughts keep wandering, try mindfulness exercises before studying. Deep breathing or short meditations can improve your focus and help you stay present while working on your study goals.
Different subjects require different approaches. For example, studying math often involves solving practice problems, while learning a language might focus on vocabulary and conversation. Tailor your techniques to match the subject for the best results.
When studying science, visual aids like diagrams, charts, and videos can make complex concepts easier to understand. Breaking down large topics into smaller parts, like focusing on one chapter or concept at a time, can help avoid feeling overwhelmed.
For literature or history, focus on understanding the context and main ideas. Summarize key points and timelines in your own words. Using mnemonic devices or storytelling techniques can make memorization more engaging and effective.
In language learning, prioritize practical use. Practice speaking, writing, and listening daily. Apps, podcasts, and language partners are great tools. Remember, repetition and real-world application are key to retaining what you learn.
Technology can also be a game changer for adapting techniques. Use simulation apps for science, grammar check tools for writing, or audiobooks for literature. Each subject has resources tailored to enhance your understanding and efficiency.
Reflect on what works best for you in each subject. Some learners prefer group discussions, while others excel with solo study. Experiment with different techniques to find what fits your style and adjust your methods as needed to maximize your learning.
Consistency is the backbone of effective study habits. Even short daily study sessions are more effective than long, irregular ones. A consistent routine helps your brain retain information better and builds discipline over time.
Creating a schedule is a great way to stay consistent. Decide what time of day you learn best, morning, afternoon, or evening, and stick to that schedule. Consistency helps turn studying into a habit, making it feel as natural as brushing your teeth.
Set realistic daily goals to maintain momentum. For example, learn 5 new words, review 1 chapter, or solve 3 problems. Achieving small, manageable goals each day keeps you motivated and reduces the risk of burnout.
Tracking your study habits is another useful tool. Apps, journals, or simple checklists can help you monitor your progress. Seeing your streak of consistent study days grow can be incredibly motivating and push you to stay on track.
Consistency doesn't mean perfection. If you miss a day, don't dwell on it. Simply pick up where you left off. The key is to focus on long-term habits rather than getting discouraged by small setbacks.
Reward yourself for staying consistent, whether it's a day off, a favorite meal, or a fun activity. Acknowledging your hard work keeps you excited about learning. Consistency builds results, and celebrating milestones keeps the journey enjoyable.
A strong foundation in any subject is essential for progress. Focus on mastering the basics first. For English learners, this might mean understanding fundamental grammar rules, common vocabulary, and essential phrases. These core skills support everything else you learn.
It's important to revisit foundational topics regularly. For instance, review basic verb tenses or common idioms periodically to ensure you don't forget them. Repetition strengthens your understanding and makes these basics second nature in everyday use.
Practice is the key to solidifying your foundation. For example, if you're learning vocabulary, use those words in sentences, conversations, and writing. Active usage ensures that the knowledge isn't just stored in your memory, but also accessible when you need it.
Don't hesitate to ask questions when you're unsure. If a basic concept confuses you, seek clarification from teachers, peers, or online resources. It's better to address gaps in understanding early than to let them hinder your progress later.
Using resources designed for beginners can also reinforce your foundation. Books, apps, or podcasts aimed at elementary learners simplify complex concepts and provide step-by-step guidance. This gradual approach builds confidence as you advance.
And remember, everyone starts somewhere. Building a foundation takes time and effort, but it's a worthwhile investment. With a solid base, tackling advanced topics becomes much easier, and your learning journey becomes more enjoyable and rewarding.
Your study environment plays a big role in your productivity. Choose a quiet, well-lit space where you can focus without interruptions. Comfort is also important. A supportive chair and desk help you maintain good posture and stay energized during study sessions.
Personalizing your space can make studying more inviting. Add motivational quotes, plants, or a small item that inspires you. A positive, comfortable atmosphere boosts concentration and helps you associate your study area with productivity and learning.
Minimize distractions by organizing your study materials before you begin. Have your textbooks, notebooks, and pens within reach to avoid unnecessary interruptions. A clutter-free workspace reduces stress and keeps your mind clear.
The temperature and lighting of your space also matter. A well-lit area prevents eye strain, and a comfortable temperature keeps you alert. If natural light isn't available, opt for warm, bright artificial light that mimics daylight for an energizing effect.
Background noise can either help or hinder your focus. Experiment to see what works for you. Some people prefer silence, while others find instrumental music or white noise helpful. Apps and playlists designed for studying can be great tools.
Lastly, keep your study environment consistent. Using the same spot regularly trains your brain to associate that location with focus and learning. Over time, sitting in your designated space can put you in the right mindset for productive study sessions.
Active learning is more effective than passive study. Instead of just reading or listening, engage directly with the material. For example, summarize what you've learned in your own words, create mind maps, or teach the topic to someone else.
Ask yourself questions as you study. What is the main idea? How can I apply this information? Reflecting on these questions encourages deeper understanding. Practice quizzes or flashcards are also excellent for testing your knowledge and reinforcing what you've learned.
Use real-world applications to make your learning practical. For example, if you're studying English, practice writing emails, joining conversations, or narrating your day aloud. Applying knowledge in meaningful ways makes it stick and boosts your confidence.
Group activities can also enhance active learning. Studying with others allows you to exchange ideas, ask questions, and fill knowledge gaps. Discussions often reveal new perspectives and help you process information more effectively.
Incorporate different media formats into your study routine. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, or explore interactive exercises. Mixing visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning keeps your brain engaged and caters to different styles of understanding.
Remember to review and reflect after each session. What did you learn? What can you improve? Reviewing reinforces your understanding, while reflection helps you refine your strategies for better results in the future. Active learning isn't just effective, it's empowering.
Motivation can be challenging to sustain, especially for long-term goals. Start by connecting your studies to a personal purpose. For example, if you're learning English, think about how it will enhance your career, travel experiences, or ability to connect with others.
Set up a reward system to keep yourself motivated. For instance, after completing a difficult task, treat yourself to a favorite activity or snack. Knowing there's something enjoyable waiting at the end of a study session can make the process more appealing.
Surround yourself with supportive people. Join study groups, online communities, or forums where others share similar goals. Encouragement from peers and seeing their progress can inspire you to keep moving forward, even when the journey feels tough.
Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself succeeding, whether it's speaking fluently in an English conversation or acing an exam. This mental image can serve as a reminder of why you started and help you push through moments of doubt or fatigue.
Mix up your study routine to stay engaged. If you always follow the same approach, boredom can creep in. Try incorporating new techniques, tools, or environments to keep things fresh. Variety adds excitement and helps sustain your interest over time.
Lastly, be kind to yourself. Motivation naturally ebbs and flows, and it's okay to have off days. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate how far you've come and remind yourself that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals.
Challenges are part of any learning journey. One common issue is procrastination. To tackle this, break tasks into small, manageable pieces and start with the easiest one. Completing even a small step builds momentum, making it easier to continue with the rest.
Lack of focus is another hurdle. Eliminate distractions by turning off unnecessary notifications and using apps that block social media during study sessions. Create a dedicated, quiet workspace where your only goal is to concentrate on the material at hand.
Feeling overwhelmed by the amount of material is also common. Prioritize tasks by urgency and importance. Use a planner to map out what needs immediate attention and what can wait. Focus on one topic at a time instead of multitasking, which divides your focus.
Sometimes boredom makes studying hard. Add variety to your routine to keep things interesting. For instance, alternate between reading, watching videos, and doing interactive exercises. Experiment with creative methods like storytelling or drawing mind maps.
Another challenge is fear of failure, which can stop you from attempting difficult tasks. Shift your mindset to view mistakes as opportunities to learn. Every error is a chance to improve. Celebrate your effort, regardless of the outcome, to stay positive and motivated.
If you ever feel stuck, don't hesitate to ask for help. Reach out to a teacher, classmate, or even online communities for support. Most challenges are easier to overcome when you have guidance and encouragement. Remember, asking for help shows strength, not weakness.
Creating a study schedule that works for you is essential for long-term success. Start by evaluating your daily routine. Identify time slots when you're most alert, whether it's early morning, afternoon, or evening, and plan your study sessions during those peak periods. Prioritize quality over quantity.
Your schedule should balance study time with breaks. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method, which involves 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 sessions, take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. This prevents burnout and keeps your mind fresh and productive.
It's crucial to include a variety of activities in your schedule. Alternate between tasks like reading, writing, listening, and speaking to engage different skills. For example, you might spend 30 minutes on grammar, followed by 30 minutes practicing speaking with a language partner.
Be realistic about how much you can handle. Overloading your schedule often leads to frustration and fatigue. Start small, perhaps dedicating just an hour a day to studying. As you build stamina, you can gradually increase the time without feeling overwhelmed.
Remember to schedule time for review. Revisiting previous lessons helps reinforce what you've learned. Spend at least one session a week revising old material instead of constantly moving on to new topics. Regular review strengthens your understanding and memory retention.
Finally, adapt your schedule as needed. Life is unpredictable, and some days may not go as planned. If you miss a study session, don't stress. Adjust your schedule for the next day and keep going. Consistency over time is far more important than perfection in any single day.
Reflection is a key part of improving your study habits. At the end of each week, take some time to evaluate what worked and what didn't. Did you stick to your schedule? Did certain methods feel more effective than others? Identify areas for improvement and celebrate successes.
Journaling can help track your progress. Write down what you've learned, the challenges you faced, and how you overcame them. Reviewing your journal regularly allows you to see patterns and adjust your approach. It's also a great way to stay motivated by noticing your growth.
Feedback is essential for growth. If you're taking a class, ask your teacher or peers for constructive input on your work. If you're studying independently, use tools like online quizzes or practice tests to gauge your understanding and highlight areas that need more attention.
Experiment with new techniques if your current methods aren't yielding results. For instance, if memorizing vocabulary feels tedious, try learning words in context through stories or conversations. Keep an open mind and be willing to try different approaches to find what suits you best.
Don't forget to celebrate your milestones, both big and small. Completing a challenging chapter, acing a practice test, or finishing a study goal are all achievements worth acknowledging. Positive reinforcement helps maintain enthusiasm and makes the process enjoyable.
Lastly, remember that effective study habits evolve. What works for you now may not be as effective later. Stay flexible and keep refining your approach. With consistent effort, reflection, and a willingness to adapt, you'll continue to grow as a learner and achieve your goals.
Consistency is the backbone of effective learning. Begin by committing to a specific study schedule. Even 30 minutes daily can make a difference over time. Think of studying as part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth, rather than an optional task. This mindset helps you stay disciplined.
To maintain consistency, start with realistic goals. If you're too ambitious, you might feel overwhelmed and lose motivation. For example, if you're busy, dedicate 15 minutes each morning to vocabulary building or listening to an English podcast during your commute. Small efforts add up.
Track your progress to stay encouraged. Use a journal, an app, or even a simple checklist to mark off completed tasks. Seeing what you've accomplished can boost your confidence and push you to keep going. It also helps you identify what's working and what needs adjustment.
Another way to stay consistent is to create a study-friendly environment. Set up a quiet, organized space where you can focus without distractions. Make it inviting with good lighting, a comfortable chair, and any materials you need. A dedicated space makes it easier to stick to your routine.
Accountability can also keep you on track. Share your study goals with a friend, teacher, or family member. Better yet, find a study partner who can work with you. Knowing someone else is relying on you can motivate you to show up and stick to your plan.
Finally, reward yourself for sticking to your routine. Whether it's enjoying a favorite snack, watching an episode of your favorite show, or taking a relaxing walk, these rewards reinforce your efforts. Consistency becomes easier when you associate it with positive outcomes.
Failure is a natural part of any learning process, and it can actually help you grow. Instead of fearing mistakes, view them as opportunities to improve. For example, if you get a grammar question wrong, take time to understand the rule and practice similar questions.
Reflect on your setbacks to identify patterns. If you consistently struggle with listening comprehension, consider whether you're using challenging materials or not practicing enough. Pinpointing the root cause lets you focus your efforts on addressing the real issue.
Failure can also build resilience. Each time you face a setback and try again, you strengthen your ability to persevere. Think of learning a language like climbing a mountain. There might be slips, but every attempt gets you closer to the peak. Keep climbing step by step.
Embrace a growth mindset by reminding yourself that skills improve with practice. When you face difficulties, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." That simple shift in thinking can transform frustration into determination.
Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage you when you're feeling discouraged. Whether it's a teacher, a study partner, or an online community, having others believe in your ability to improve can give you the push you need to keep going.
Celebrate progress even during tough times. For example, if your speaking practice didn't go well, focus on what you attempted and learn from it rather than what went wrong. Every effort counts, and acknowledging it keeps you motivated to keep improving.
Making study habits part of your daily life ensures consistent progress. Start with integrating learning into routine activities. For example, listen to English podcasts while cooking or cleaning, or read short articles during your morning coffee. This makes studying feel less like a task and more like a natural part of your day.
To build stronger connections between studying and your lifestyle, tie new habits to existing ones. If you already journal at night, add a section to write about your day in English. Pairing new habits with old ones creates an anchor, making it easier to stay consistent and reduce the risk of forgetting.
Engage with real-life applications of what you learn. For instance, if you're practicing vocabulary related to food, try using those words when grocery shopping or ordering at a restaurant. These practical uses of English not only reinforce learning but also build confidence in real-world situations.
Create reminders that prompt you to study. Set alarms or use sticky notes with encouraging messages like "practice makes perfect," placed on your desk, mirror, or phone. Visual and auditory cues help you stay mindful of your goals, even on the busiest of days.
Multitasking can also enhance your language learning. For instance, if you enjoy exercising, listen to English audio lessons while walking or jogging. This blends physical activity with mental focus, maximizing your time and helping you absorb language skills in a relaxed state.
Lastly, celebrate the small wins in your daily study efforts. Completing even a quick 5-minute review session or learning one new phrase is progress. Acknowledging these achievements boosts your morale and motivates you to keep weaving learning seamlessly into your life.
A positive mindset is essential for learning. Start by focusing on what you've accomplished rather than what you still need to do. For instance, instead of worrying about how many grammar rules you haven't mastered, celebrate the ones you already know. Confidence grows when you recognize your progress.
Affirmations can help build positivity. Tell yourself, "I am improving every day," or "every mistake helps me grow." These statements might feel small, but repeating them trains your brain to view challenges as opportunities. A positive attitude turns learning into an exciting journey.
Avoid comparing your progress to others. Everyone learns at their own pace, and what works for someone else may not work for you. Instead, compare where you are today with where you started. Look back at how much you've improved and let that motivate you to keep going.
Break negative patterns by reframing your thoughts. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never understand this," switch to, "This is tough, but I'll figure it out with practice." This small change can reduce stress and keep you focused on finding solutions instead of giving up.
Surround yourself with positivity. Join groups of learners who encourage and support each other. When you're part of a community that celebrates successes and offers help during struggles, it becomes easier to stay motivated and excited about your learning journey.
Remember, learning is about progress, not perfection. Mistakes, slow days, and doubts are all natural. What matters is that you keep showing up, learning bit by bit, and believing in your ability to succeed. With time and effort, you'll achieve your goals and enjoy the process.
Study stress is common, but managing it effectively ensures long-term success. Start by setting clear, achievable goals for each session. Instead of overwhelming yourself with too much material, focus on specific tasks like mastering 10 new vocabulary words or understanding a single grammar rule. Breaking work into smaller pieces reduces pressure.
Take regular breaks to recharge your mind. For instance, use the Pomodoro technique. Study for 25 minutes, then rest for 5 minutes. During breaks, step away from your desk, stretch, or take a short walk. These moments help reset your focus and prevent mental fatigue, keeping you productive and motivated.
Incorporating relaxation techniques into your routine can also help. Try deep breathing exercises, meditation, or listening to calming music after intense study sessions. Relaxation lowers stress levels, improves concentration, and enhances memory retention, ensuring you get the most out of your efforts.
Burnout often comes from unrealistic expectations. Remind yourself that learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Progress takes time, and it's okay to move at a pace that works for you. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for consistent improvement, no matter how small the steps may seem.
Physical health plays a key role in managing study stress. Make sure you're eating well, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep. A healthy body supports a healthy mind. When you're well rested and energized, it's easier to focus, process information, and stay positive about your studies.
Don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. Talk to a teacher, a mentor, or a fellow learner about your challenges. Sharing your concerns can relieve stress and provide valuable advice. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness.
Motivation is the fuel for consistent learning, and it often starts with knowing why you're studying. Ask yourself, what's my purpose for learning English? Whether it's improving career prospects, traveling confidently, or connecting with people globally, identifying your goal makes the effort meaningful. Write it down and revisit it regularly to stay inspired.
To keep motivation alive, make your learning enjoyable. Use methods that excite you, such as watching English movies, listening to songs, or reading books that match your interests. When you're engaged with fun, relatable content, studying feels less like a chore and more like a rewarding activity. The process becomes just as satisfying as the result.
Celebrate small wins to maintain momentum. Every achievement, no matter how minor, deserves recognition. If you successfully learn 5 new words or hold a short conversation in English, treat yourself. Rewards can be as simple as indulging in your favorite snack or spending extra time on a hobby you love. Positive reinforcement builds confidence.
Motivation thrives on variety. Avoid monotony by diversifying your study methods. If one day you focus on vocabulary, dedicate the next to listening practice or speaking. Rotate between apps, textbooks, podcasts, and videos. A mix of activities not only keeps things fresh, but also strengthens different skills for a well-rounded learning experience.
Another powerful motivator is visualizing your success. Picture yourself confidently speaking English in a meeting or chatting easily while traveling. Visualization creates a mental blueprint of your goal and reminds you why you're working hard. It keeps you focused during challenges and reinforces the belief that success is achievable.
Finally, surround yourself with motivation. Join online communities or in-person groups of learners who share similar goals. Seeing others' progress and sharing your journey inspires you to push forward. Remember, learning is a shared experience, and staying connected with others can amplify your determination.
Feedback is one of the most valuable tools for growth. It shows you where you're excelling and where you can improve. When you receive corrections on your pronunciation or grammar, embrace them as opportunities to sharpen your skills. Mistakes are stepping stones to mastery, not setbacks.
Actively seek feedback from others. Ask a teacher, language partner, or friend to evaluate your speaking or writing. Be open to constructive criticism and view it as guidance rather than judgment. Those who provide feedback want to see you succeed, and their input can help you make targeted improvements.
Reflect on the feedback you receive and create a plan to address it. If someone points out that you're misusing certain tenses, dedicate time to studying those areas. Watch videos, practice exercises, and apply what you learn in conversations. Feedback is only useful when it leads to action.
Don't limit feedback to others' opinions. Self-evaluation is just as important. Record yourself speaking or write a paragraph about a topic, then review it critically. Notice areas for improvement, such as clarity, fluency, or accuracy. Self-awareness helps you take ownership of your progress.
Be patient with yourself when implementing feedback. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it's normal to need multiple attempts before you see improvement. The key is consistency and a willingness to try. Celebrate the progress you make, even if it feels gradual. Improvement is always a step forward.
Use feedback to build resilience and a growth mindset. When you accept that learning involves ups and downs, feedback becomes a guide rather than a source of frustration. Each piece of advice you apply moves you closer to fluency. Keep learning, adjusting, and growing confidently.
Consistency is the foundation of effective study habits. To achieve it, set a realistic schedule that aligns with your daily life. For example, if you have only 30 minutes a day, focus on one specific skill like listening or reading. By sticking to the same time each day, you train your brain to expect a study session, making it a regular part of your routine.
Another way to build consistency is by creating a dedicated study space. It doesn't need to be fancy, just a quiet, organized spot where you feel focused. Keeping all your materials in one place minimizes distractions and helps you mentally associate that space with learning. Over time, it becomes a trigger for productivity.
Accountability partners can also boost consistency. Find a friend or join a study group where members share progress and motivate one another. Knowing that someone else is counting on you to show up and participate keeps you committed. It also makes learning more interactive and enjoyable.
Make use of technology to stay on track. Apps like Duolingo, Quizlet, or Anki can remind you to practice daily and provide structured lessons. Setting goals in these apps and tracking your progress encourages you to keep going. The gamified features, like streaks and badges, add an element of fun to consistency.
Reward yourself for sticking to your schedule. For instance, after a week of daily practice, treat yourself to something special like a favorite meal or a relaxing activity. Celebrating your dedication reinforces positive behavior and motivates you to maintain your habits in the long run.
Lastly, be flexible but persistent. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes you might miss a session. Instead of feeling discouraged, adjust and plan your next one. The key is to view consistency as a balance, not perfection. Every effort you make counts toward your success.
Tracking your progress is essential to stay motivated and measure your improvement. Start by keeping a journal or spreadsheet where you record your learning activities, such as vocabulary learned, grammar exercises completed, or hours spent practicing. Seeing these records grows your confidence as you realize how much effort you've invested.
Regularly assess your skills to identify strengths and areas for improvement. For example, test your listening by watching a short English video without subtitles, then try summarizing it. If you notice improvement over time, it's proof that your hard work is paying off, which reinforces your motivation to continue.
Set short-term and long-term goals and track your progress toward them. A short-term goal might be learning 20 new words in a week, while a long-term goal could be having a 10-minute conversation in English by the end of the month. Clear milestones give you direction and keep you focused on tangible achievements.
Digital tools can make tracking easier. Use apps that record your study hours or vocabulary progress, like Memrise or Babbel. Many of these platforms offer analytics that show your strengths and weaknesses, helping you refine your approach and allocate time to areas that need more attention.
Reflect on your journey periodically. At the end of each month, review what you've learned and how you've improved. Write down 3 things you're proud of and 1 area you want to improve. This process helps you stay mindful of your growth and ensures your learning remains purposeful and balanced.
Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Learning a language is a long journey, and every step forward is significant. Whether it's understanding a movie scene without subtitles or confidently ordering a coffee in English, each success deserves recognition. Progress tracking keeps you inspired and ready for the next challenge.
A supportive learning environment starts with eliminating distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone and let others in your household know when you need uninterrupted study time. This focused atmosphere allows you to fully engage with your materials, boosting productivity and retention. A clear mind absorbs better.
Surround yourself with positivity and encouragement. Post motivational quotes near your study area or keep a list of reasons why you're learning English. These reminders keep your goals in sight. Additionally, let your friends and family know about your efforts so they can offer support or celebrate your achievements with you.
Engage with like-minded learners by joining online forums, language learning apps, or local meetups. Platforms like Reddit, Tandem, or HelloTalk are great for sharing challenges, exchanging tips, or practicing with peers. A community provides accountability, shared resources, and encouragement to keep you going.
Incorporate English into your daily life by filling your environment with the language. Label objects around your home in English. Listen to English podcasts while cooking, or change your phone's language settings. Immersion creates constant exposure, making learning natural and seamless, even in small moments.
Make learning collaborative when possible. If you have a friend learning English, practice together by role-playing scenarios like ordering food or giving directions. Practicing aloud with someone else not only strengthens your skills, but also builds confidence and makes the process fun and interactive.
Lastly, don't forget to make your environment inspiring. Add plants, comfortable seating, or calming colors to your study space. Feeling relaxed and happy in your environment enhances your focus and motivation. A comfortable space makes it easier to stay consistent with your learning habits.
Challenges are inevitable, but persistence is key to overcoming them. When you encounter difficulties, shift your perspective. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, view them as opportunities to grow. Each error teaches you something valuable, whether it's a grammar rule or a new way to approach problem solving.
Break challenges into smaller, manageable steps. For instance, if speaking fluently feels overwhelming, focus on specific goals like mastering key phrases or practicing pronunciation for 10 minutes a day. Small successes build confidence and make even the toughest tasks feel achievable. Progress happens one step at a time.
Setbacks don't mean starting over. Think of them as pauses in your journey, not the end. Reflect on what caused the challenge, whether it was lack of time, motivation, or resources, and adjust your strategy. Adapting to obstacles is part of the learning process and strengthens your resilience.
Draw inspiration from others who have faced similar challenges. Watch interviews with successful language learners or read their blogs. Learning about their struggles and solutions reminds you that obstacles are normal and surmountable. Their stories can reignite your determination and provide practical tips for moving forward.
Build resilience by focusing on your long-term vision. Picture yourself achieving your goal, whether it's fluently conversing with native speakers or excelling in an English-speaking job. This visualization keeps you motivated, reminding you why you started and how far you've already come.
Finally, practice self-compassion. Learning a language is complex and takes time. Be kind to yourself when progress feels slow. Celebrate your efforts rather than focusing on perfection. Persistence comes from a positive mindset, and believing in your ability to improve makes all the difference.
That brings us to the end of today's episode on how to develop effective study habits. We hope you found these tips helpful and that you're ready to put them into practice. Remember, learning is a journey, and every small step counts toward your progress.
Absolutely, consistency, a supportive environment, and a positive mindset can make all the difference. If you're new here, don't forget to check out our other episodes for more tips on improving your English. We upload podcasts designed to help you learn and grow every week.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend or someone you know who's learning English. You can also subscribe to stay updated on our latest episodes. Your support helps us create more content for English learners like you.
We'd also love to hear from you. What study habits work best for you? Feel free to share your thoughts and ideas with us. Until next time, keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember you're doing great. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now and happy learning.